15 Best Spanish-Language Movies on Amazon Prime to watch next. Aside from Amazon offering millions of top-selling products, the company's streaming service Amazon Prime Video has countless film titles ready to watch whenever you are. Whether you've breezed through your favorite TV series already or you're in the mood to enjoy a new foreign film, these 15 Spanish-language movies on Amazon Prime, starring Penelope Cruz, Kate Del Castillo, Gael Garcia Bernal and more, are a great place to start. So get that popcorn ready and feel free to turn on the subtitles. 1. Canteenfless. Mario Moreno, professionally known as Canteenfless, was Mexico's most iconic comedy film star who earned international attention throughout the golden age of Mexican cinema between the 1930s and 1960s. About 21 years after his death, actor Oscar Jaenada gave an uncanny portrayal of Canteenfless in this 2014 biographical drama. The film tells Mario's incredible story from his humble beginnings in Mexico City to his legendary rise in Hollywood. 2. Como agua para chocolate, like water for chocolate. Based on the 1989 debut novel by Laura Esquivel, this 1992 Mexican film centers around Tita Lumi Cavazos, the youngest of three sisters. Following a family tradition, she's designated as her mother, Regina Torn's caretaker, never to be married. Years later, Tita falls in love with Pedro Marco Leonardi. In a turn of events, Tita's older sister, Rosora Aurelia Rismendi, marries Pedro. But that doesn't mean Tita and Pedro's love story is over. 3. En brazos de un asesino, killing Sarai. Mexican actor William Levy stars as an assassin named Victor in this 2019 action thriller based on the first book of novelist J.A. Redmashi's 8-part series. After encountering drug lord Javier Roberto Sosa, Victor discovers that he's held a woman named Sarai Alicia Sanz captive for 9 years. While trying to make her escape, Sarai realizes that she's traded one dangerous man for another. 4. El Orphanato, the orphanage. In 1975, Laura Belén Rueda is adopted from a Spanish orphanage. Decades later, she returns to it with her husband, Carlos Fernando Cayo, and their adopted son, Simon Roger Princep, with the idea of reopening it for children with disabilities. But trouble quickly arises when Simon befriends an invisible boy named Tomás. Shortly after, Simon goes missing, and while searching for him, Laura ends up discovering more than she's prepared for. 5. El secreto de sus ojos, the secret in their eyes. 25 years after the unsolved rape and murder of Liliana Carlotto, Carla Quevedo, retired legal counselor Benjamin Esposito, Ricardo Darin, is still haunted by it. The 2009 Argentinian crime drama follows him as he writes a novel trying to get closure. But Benjamin still isn't satisfied with the unknown ending and searches for Lilian's husband, Ricardo Pablo Rago, to ask him how he coped with his loss. Benjamin learns that revenge comes in many different forms. 6. La misma luna, under the same moon. Rosario Kate Del Castillo crosses the US-Mexico border without proper documentation to provide for her son, Carlitos Adrian Alonso, whom she left behind. After not seeing his mother for 4 years, Carlitos decides to make the treacherous journey by himself to be with her. He faces many difficulties like poverty, violence, and run-ins with immigration police, but cherished memories bring him back to her eventually. 7. Mum. Magda, Penelope Cruz, discovers she has stage 3 breast cancer. With the love and support of her husband, Luis Tozar, and son, Teo Planel, she's determined to overcome it. While battling the disease, Magda is happily surprised to learn that she's pregnant with a baby girl. Becoming a mum again is yet another reason to keep fighting for her life. 8. Maria full of grace. Maria Alvarez, Catalina Sandino Marino, is a 17-year-old girl from Colombia who impulsively quits her assembly line job. Because her family solely relies on her pay to survive, she must find a new way to provide for them. Maria's situation becomes more complicated when she learns she's pregnant. After turning down boyfriend Juan Wilson Guerrero's marriage proposal, Maria accepts a job transporting drugs. 9. Neruda. After Nobel Prize-winning Chilean poet Pablo Neruda, Luis Gnecco, joins the Communist Party, he's forced to go into hiding following a failed attempt to flee across the Chile-Argentina border. Police investigator Oscar Pelichono, Gael Garcia Bernal, leads the search for Pablo and his wife, Delia Mercedes Moran, who've become refugees in their home country. In an attempt to understand Pablo and his way of thinking, Oscar begins studying his life and poetry. But will it be enough to catch him? 10. Pelo Milo, bad hair. Set in Caracas, Venezuela, Jr. Samuel Lang Zambrano lives with his widowed mother, Samantha Castillo, and younger brother. Junior believes he has pelo malo, or bad hair in English, a term in the Latinx community referring to afro-textured, curly, or kinky hair. As he tries multiple different methods to straighten his hair, his mother becomes increasingly upset with him, even threatening to cut it all off. In addition to addressing racism, the film also tackles homophobia. 11. Perfectos desconocidos, perfect strangers. On the night of a red lunar eclipse, 7 friends gather to have dinner together. What starts off as a typical get-together turns into an evening of revelations when hostess Eva Belén Rueda suggests they play a game. Everyone's phones are put on the dinner table, and as text messages and calls come in, they will either be read out loud or put on speaker for everyone to hear. You can start imagining what begins to transpire as the truth is unwillingly told. 12. Una noche, one night. Set in Havana, Cuba, Raúl Darío Rechaga dreams about leaving for Miami. When he's accused of assaulting a tourist, he convinces his best friend, Elio Javier Núñez Florian, to help him escape to the US, but Elio is torn between helping Raúl and staying behind with his twin sister, Lila, Analan de la Rua de la Torre. In the end, the three decide to make the 90-mile journey across the ocean together on a raft made of tires. But it doesn't go the way they planned. 13. Volva Return. Raimonda, Penelope Cruz, is haunted by her mother, Irene Carmen Maura, years after she dies in a fire. Initially, it appears Irene has returned from the dead to tie up loose ends, but there's much more to the story. Raimonda is determined to figure it out alongside her sister, Sol Lola Duenas, and her daughter, Paula Johanna Cobo. What's more, Raimonda committed a crime in self-defense that she's trying to resolve discreetly. 14. 3 metros sobre el cielo, 3 meters above heaven. Babi, Maria Valverde, and Hugo, Mario Casas, come from different worlds. Babi is a rich girl who wants to fall in love. Hugo enjoys fast motorcycles and the subsequent danger. This 2010 romance drama tells the series of events that lead to Babi and Hugo meeting each other and falling in love. If you've already watched 3 metros sobre el cielo, the sequel, Tengo ganas de ti, I Want You, picks up on their story. 15. Vuelven, Tigers Are Not Afraid. The 2017 film combines a multitude of genres, crime, fantasy and horror, to tell Estrella Paula Lara's story after her mother falls victim to the Mexican drug cartel. From the moment she's handed 3 pieces of chalk by her school teacher that will grant her 3 wishes, Estrella begins to ask for her mother to come back. When she doesn't, Estrella goes out into the streets looking for answers. Enjoying the video? Then give it a like and share it with your friends to help the channel. Sign up now to Amazon Prime Video by clicking link in the description.